ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। I welcome everyone, especially children, for this Purushottama Yoga series. I hope we are able to go through the shlokas and learn them, memorize them, understand their meaning, and appreciate how Krishna is maintaining all of us. The 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita describes what all Krishna is doing for all of us, how he is maintaining us at every step of our life. So far, we discussed the first 12 shlokas of Purushottama Yoga. In the first six shlokas, we saw a description of the material world and the spiritual world. In the next five shlokas, we have seen the transmigration of the soul from one body to another body. Now, in the next four shlokas, we are learning how Krishna is our maintainer. Yesterday, we have seen the 12th shloka. In this shloka, Krishna revealed how he maintains all of us by supplying light to all of us through the sun, through the moon, through fire. Without sun, moon, and fire, this entire universe will be dark, and Krishna has illuminated this universe by providing sun, moon, and light for all of us. Now, in the next shloka, in the 13th shloka, Krishna says how he maintains all of us with his energy, how he feeds all of us with food, uh, how he maintains all the planets in all the universes. There are hundreds and thousands of universes in this material realm, and Krishna maintains all the planets in all those universes by his energy. He not only maintains the planets, he maintains all the living beings in the planets. He maintains uh, all the living beings by supplying them food. So let's see. Let's recite the shloka first. गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः. Let's recite once again. Basically, we may directly enter the meaning of the shloka, and understanding the meaning and applying it in our lives is definitely more important than just reciting the shloka or remembering the shloka or memorizing it. But because Krishna spoke the shlokas personally, naturally there is a purifying potency in the shloka itself. Although meaning is definitely important, let us also put some effort to recite the shlokas and recite them in a particular tune so that we can appreciate the melody of the shloka and also then meditate on the meaning of the shloka. That's why we are reciting a couple of times and also encouraging especially children to remember the shlokas. Let's see. गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः. Let's see the meaning. Gam avishya cha bhutani. Gam means all these planets. So Krishna says, Gam avishya cha means avishya means to enter. I enter into all the planets. I enter into each planet. Only planets? No. Cha bhutani. Bhutani refers to all living entities in the planets. So Krishna creates millions and millions of material universes, and in each of the universes there are multiple planets, and in each planet there are millions of living entities. So Krishna enters into each universe. Krishna enters into each planet in the universe. Krishna enters into the hearts of each living being in all the universes. That's what Krishna says. So I enter each planet and all the living beings. Dharayami ahamojasa. Dharayami means I sustain them. Aham means I. Krishna is saying, I sustain them. I will personally sustain them. by my energy. Ojasa means energy. Dharayami means to sustain. Aham refers to I, that is Krishna. Ojasa means energy. Bhutani means living entities. Gam means planets. Avishya means to enter. So, in short, the meaning of the first half of the shloka is Krishna enters into each planet and each living being and sustains all the planets and living beings by his energy. I hope the meaning is clear. The first half. Let's enter the second half. Krishna says, Pushnami. Pushnami means to nourish. Poshana means to nourishment. So Krishna says, I nourish all the vegetables. Pushnami chaushadhihi sarvaha. Sarva means all. Aushadhi means all these plants and herbs and vegetables. Pushnami chaushadhihi sarva means I nourish all the vegetables. I nourish all the plants. I nourish all the medicinal herbs. And how does Krishna nourish? Krishna says, Somo Bhutva, I become the moon. So, Soma means moon, Bhutva means to become. So, Krishna says, I become the moon and thus nourish all the vegetables and plants. All of us know that plants grow nicely when there is sufficient sunlight. So, during the daytime, sunlight nourishes the plants. And during the night time, the moonlight nourishes the plants. And what exactly does the moon do or moonlight do to these plants and vegetables and oshadhihi? So Krishna says, Rasatmakaha. Rasa means juice. So when you're eating an apple or when you're eating a pomegranate or a mango or any fruit or any vegetable, there's some juice in it, right? That has particular taste and flavor. So that juice comes from the moon. The moon nourishes all the plants and vegetables and fruits with its shine and induces juice in them, and that juice and moonlight and moon ultimately come from Krishna. In short, Krishna becomes the moon and he nourishes all the plants by supplying them with juice. So this is the second half of the shloka. Basically, in these four beautiful lines, Krishna said that I am the one who is maintaining everyone in the entire universe. It is Krishna who entered every planet. It is Krishna who entered all the living beings. And it is Krishna who is sustaining all planets and plants and living beings by nourishing them with his energy. And specifically, he elaborated on this plants part. So, by becoming moon, he's supplying the juice in all vegetables. Just imagine eating a vegetable that has no juice. Just imagine eating a fruit that has no juice in it. You cannot call it a fruit only. So we are dependent on Krishna. Our food comes from Krishna. Our sustenance comes from Krishna. The planets on which we are living, they come from Krishna. All of us know the difference between body and soul. Now that we are in the 15th chapter, I think some of you or many of you must have studied the initial chapters, or at least we know this lesson from the initial chapters that body and soul are different. The body animates only as long as the soul exists in the body. Thus, soul maintains the body. Similarly, super soul maintains the universe. So we have little bodies, which are a combination of earth, water, fire, and ether. And there is a big body, the universal body. This entire universe is a combination of earth, water, fire, and ether, right? On a bigger scale. So just as soul enters this little body and maintains this body, the super soul, the Supreme Lord Krishna in the form of super soul or Paramatma enters into every universe and he maintains the universe at a cosmic level, right? So now see this lady is running because there's soul inside. If the soul leaves the body, then the body lies down. It cannot run. So just as the soul allows the body to animate, similarly, the super soul, the Supreme Lord Krishna, allows the universe to animate, right? He is the sustainer, he is the life of the universe, right? Now, you see, you take some sand and sand particles and hold them in your hand, right? So, you are uh, allowing the sand particles to stay in your hand because you are holding with your energy. Just as sand particles are held together when someone holds them in hands, similarly, there are hundreds and thousands of planets in this universe. All of them are staying in their orbits and they are functioning according to the way they are supposed to function because Krishna's energy is holding them together. You may not see. There are so many planets that are floating in the outer space as if someone is holding them. You don't see somebody is tying them with ropes. Have you ever created in your science experiment, all the children here, in your science experiment or in your school exhibition, have you ever created a replica of solar system, or whatever planets? There you may have to, we have one devotee who created a replica of the entire universe, right? So they took some small plastic balls and they made these plastic balls move in a certain way, but all these balls are nicely tied with some ropes or some uh, sticks to keep that ball in a certain position. Some mechanical arrangement is made, but you see in the outer space hundreds and thousands of planets are moving. They are in their orbits. Who is keeping them there? It is Krishna's energy. You may not see that the planet is tied with a rope or some stick or some support. They are just floating in the outer space, but in a pattern, right? They are moving in certain orbit. But who is allowing that to happen? Krishna's energies, right? It is Krishna's energy that's making all the planets move in a certain way. Now we know that Isaac Newton, discovered this law of gravity. So this apple falls from the tree, or any fruit falls from the tree, but that gravitational energy is basically Krishna's divine power. Fruit cannot fall down, or fruit cannot grow on a tree, or tree cannot produce a fruit, or tree cannot live, or earth produces a tree, all because of Krishna's energy. So this earth is Krishna's energy, and trees and plants grew from earth because of Krishna's energy. These plants produced these fruits because of Krishna's energy, and the fruits are falling down on earth because of Krishna's energy, and we are eating and getting some energy. It is because of Krishna's arrangement. Thus, Krishna is there throughout our lives. Without Krishna, there is absolutely no possibility of life. For example, a mobile phone, a smartphone cannot function without being charged. The phone functions only when it is charged. Similarly, the world functions only when there is charging supplied by Krishna, right? If there is no electricity supplied to this phone, phone cannot function. Similarly, if Krishna's energy doesn't enter this universe, the universe cannot function, right? He's arranging sunlight, rain, earth, earth providing plants, and whether farmers may sow seeds and produce uh, crops, but can the farmer create a seed? Farmer will plant the seed and do some cultivation of the crop and harvesting of the crop, but can the farmer uh, grow, or can the farmer create a grain? That is supplied by nature, and the nature is energy of Krishna, right? Thus, without Krishna, nothing in the universe can exist. That's why we worship Krishna. Just as a puppet moves because someone behind the curtain is controlling the puppet, similarly, the nature works because Krishna empowers the nature. Whether it is animals or birds or trees or human beings or the planets, everyone is sustained by Krishna. Without Krishna, life comes into a question, right? So we have seen in the previous shloka, 12th shloka, and now in the 13th shloka, we are seeing that we are being sustained by sunlight, moonlight, fire, earth, plants, water. All these are coming from Krishna. Krishna arranged the sunlight and is giving us food. Krishna arranged moonlight. He's comforting us. He's also providing vegetables for us. Krishna arranged for earth and nourishing quality of earth, and Krishna arranged rain to make the earth wet, and the earth can produce so much of vegetation. And all the natural resources that are meant for our survival are ultimately coming from Krishna. Just read Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes his divine power. Out of his compassion, he is describing that. So if we ignore Krishna, that's like very very unfortunate, right? Bhagavad Gita informs us how Krishna, without Krishna, we cannot survive. This universe is there. Some people think that it's functioning on its own, but if you read Gita, we'll understand who is behind this universe, whose energy is maintaining this universe. Mm. Next, uh, Rasatmaka is an important word in this shloka. Rasatmaka means supplying juice, giving flavor and nourishment. Through the influence of moon, Krishna makes fruits, grains, vegetables tasty and nourishing for all living entities. So all living entities are surviving based on some food grains, but those food grains or vegetables or fruits cannot exist without Krishna, and we cannot survive without Krishna. And we ourselves are amshas of Krishna, we discussed. See, simple. We are amshas of Krishna. What we are eating is coming from Krishna. So we are coming from Krishna. What we are eating is coming from Krishna. Our nourishment of the body is dependent on Krishna. Nourishment of the soul is dependent on Krishna. So without Krishna, can anyone survive? Now I'll conclude with one last simple lesson. Because all the food is coming from Krishna, He's nourishing our food by supplying moonlight and sunlight and other earth and other things. So we are supposed to offer that food to Krishna. Many times people question us, what is the logic behind offering the food that we are eating to Krishna before eating it? Because we got it from him, let us offer it to him out of gratitude and then take it as Mahaprasad. That's the whole logic, right? It is Krishna's energy that arranged sunlight and moonlight and rain, earth. Farmers are able to produce mm, all these grains because the nature is supplying, nature is Krishna's energy. So, food is not just food. Behind every grain is Krishna's energy. So, that food is a gift of Krishna. So let us offer that food to Krishna and express our gratitude to Krishna and gratefully eat Krishna prasadam. Right? So prasad is Krishna's mercy. It purifies our heart, it nourishes our body, and it also nourishes our soul. But if we eat food without offering to Krishna, we are being ungrateful to Krishna. We are not acknowledging that we are eating this food because of Krishna's grace. Right? When somebody fed you food, is it not reasonable to thank him before eating that food? When somebody gave you a meal, you said, thank you for providing the meal. That's what we are doing by offering food to Krishna. So let us eat Krishna prasadam. Sometimes in haste, we eat out of eagerness to taste it and eat it and enjoy it. We may not acknowledge that Krishna has supplied this to us. So we offer food to Krishna and then eat. And before eating, we again thank Krishna. We chant prasadam prayers, we chant some mantra and acknowledging that Krishna, thank you very much for giving this food. Thank you very much for surviving me. So let us always remember and be grateful to Krishna, and that gratitude is devotion. That gratitude is bhakti. Gratitude is in the center of all our devotional activities. So, uh, in this way, in all these shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is explaining to us how we need to live a life of gratitude. So, now let me conclude our discussion by showing a quick summary. Because food is coming from Krishna, we offer it and eat it. But one more thing that we need to do is, especially children, do not waste food, right? Because it is another form of Krishna. It's a gift that Krishna has given us. If you are wasting food, we are denying Krishna's gift. We are saying that uh, we are consciously or unconsciously not valuing the food if we waste that food. Take as much as you can consume into your plate. Don't take more than that, right? If you have some doubt, take little less and take second serve or third serve, but ensure that you don't waste prasad, right? So we make the simple um, practices in life. Don't waste food and don't unnecessarily harm nature. This nature is coming from Krishna. Avoid pollution and don't unnecessarily harm the nature. Appreciate trees and plants. Know that we are not we cannot survive without these trees and plants. Know that all of them are Krishna's energy, and let's live responsibly. Let's live wisely. Respect the creation, which is Krishna's creation. That is also part of devotion. Expressing gratitude is a part of your bhakti. Respecting the creation and nature around us is part of bhakti. Not wasting prasad and valuing the food that we have received. Many people are unable to eat food, and somehow by Krishna's grace we got some food. So we should be grateful and not to waste. And if you have surplus, offer it to others who don't have it. Right? So by recognizing Krishna's hand in everything that we receive in life, we develop gratitude, we develop humility, and that is Krishna consciousness. Knowing that Krishna is everywhere in our life, uh, we need to acknowledge his presence in our life, and that is gratitude, and that is Krishna consciousness. So with this I'll conclude. So we have seen in today's shloka and yesterday's shloka how Krishna maintains all the living beings at a cosmic level, but the next 2 days we are going to see how Krishna maintains us at an individual level. Now we will see how Krishna personally in a personalized manner, in a customized manner, he deals with every single living being. So let's see that tomorrow. Thank you very much. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.